Good morning. You're listening to Shamelessly Shontay, and I'm your host, Shontay Lundy. Happy Sunday. And I don't even need to reintroduce our guest. She is a regular on here. But hey, Chanel, hey.
Hello, everyone.
So, y'all, Shontay had her first post go viral on her own Instagram page. Shameless plug, Shontay_Lundy.
Woo.
So viral is different to different people. So it could be, if it's a video, it could be 10,000 views. It could be 20,000 views. I heard our homeboy over here, Mike, say 100,000 views. I think that's a lot of views. But anyway, I posted a post that is at probably about 180,000 views. With thousands of comments, thousands of shares, and saves. And that's what is making it go viral, because of the engagement. But y'all, this post is viral because of the content. And I'm like, woo. At first, it's weird. When you post something, you don't necessarily know how it's going to perform. But when you see that uptick within the first couple of hours, you're like, okay, this is going somewhere. It's kind of exciting. And it's like, all right, do I want to continue to do this type of stuff? Or what is actually making it go viral? Chanel, have you had something go viral before?
I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't had something of my own, but I've done socials for a few different companies. Black Girl Sunscreen is one of them.
Yeah.
And I've had posts go viral on there, and it is very exciting. I feel like with a viral post, you are just kind of open to the public, and the public has a lot to say.
They do, and I think it's even more interesting when you have the option to either comment, like, or move on.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm seeing with some viral posts are that if it comes up on your feed, the person is commenting, like, why is this on my feed? And even that helps.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that helps within in engagement, and that's how you truly know that it's viral. Being in this social space, I think it's a fun thing to be like viral. I just don't know if I want it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because you are just kind of like open to like random feedback. And what I do see happen often is that people are commenting that are like not in a situation, will never be in the situation, and are just kind of like there. And you're just like, huh? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I see it all the time. Sometimes I even am that person giving in my 2 cents, because on social media, on socials, it's kind of fun. Never doing any hate or stuff like that, but sometimes I like to drop my 2 cents in there. And I agree with you. It's a lot to take in when you're getting the 2 cents of 2, 3, 4,000 people.
Oh, and if it's a bad way, then they're dragging. But if it's good, then I think that it brings out a different emotion. And if it's funny, I love commenting on funny posts.
Mm-hmm.
Then I just like comment something funny. But if it's like not so great, I just kind of keep it moving. That's like my strategy.
Right.
You know what's coming across my feed a lot?
What?
Since we've started Shamelessly Shontay, and we call it broadcast to podcast, so that's a differentiation.
Right.
It's podcasts.
Podcast.
Yes.
Podcasts are taking over, it seems.
It seems like everyone has one, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think I am a lover of podcasts because I am a lover of multitasking. So I'm always listening to podcasts when I'm driving to work, when I'm on the treadmill. I just feel like it's a good way to like stimulate your mind while you're working on something else.
Mm-hmm. So do you have a favorite podcast?
I do. I have a couple favorites.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite is called Balanced Black Girl.
Hey, Les.
Yeah, I saw that you follow her.
I was on her podcast very early on.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, Shontay, I didn't know that. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love podcasts like that are just kind of like about well-being and personal growth.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also have my podcast that I listen to for pure entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the ones I like is called Poor Minds.
What's that about?
It's a funny, like, girl talk kind of podcast where it's these two girls. I believe they're based in Atlanta, and they actually have a bartender that's a part of the show every time they record. And they have drinks. They have celebrities on their show, and they just do, like, ruthless, unfiltered girl talk. And I love it because it's relatable.
Yeah.
I feel like I can relate to them. They're like close to my age, Black women who just.
Do you think you could have your own?
Yeah, I do.
What would you talk about? We won't take your idea.
What would I talk about if I had a podcast? I don't know the things I like. I like working out. I like personal growth. And I also like girl talk. So if we could somehow like mix all those three things in, I think that would be good. But it's good because I feel like nowadays there's a podcast for every single niche topic that you want to talk about. So there's something for everybody.
You just have to find it, right? And I think that's the hard thing with podcasts. And then because there are so many, it's just like, okay, who do you choose to listen to?
I know. And how do you know that it's good? That's what I find. Because it's like listening to a podcast is an investment of your time.
Absolutely.
They're like minimum like 45 minutes. So sometimes I don't have time to get to the end. So I like listening to podcasts that were recommended.
Okay. I was about to say, I thought you were going to listen to a podcast like YouTube where you fast forward. Like make the voice go faster.
Yeah, like
that
listening to it on 1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that too. I don't know if I can do that on my podcast, but I should try.
So I used to be a really big fan of podcasting. I just, my time is very limited. And if I'm in the car, I'm usually on the phone. So I don't know. I got kind of turned off because it was like, it just became accessible to so many people. And it's just like, oh my goodness, because you have a thought on one subject, now you're making these hour-long episodes or whatever, and it was just a lot for me.
Yeah.
And that's no hate. It was just like, it was just too much, and I still think it is too much.
I feel that. Just kind of like everyone has access to a platform.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, and you could just record in the room, right on your phone, and upload it, and
you're on Apple Podcasts and
like legit. Anyway, this person that we have today is no stranger to podcasts, and I can't wait to talk to her.
I'm so excited. Let's bring her out.
Okay, you're listening to Shamelessly Shontay. Chanel, who do we have here today?
We have someone very special joining us today who may be very familiar to our listeners. This Maryland native graduated from Liberty University with a degree in digital media performance before getting the rare opportunity to dive headfirst into the career of her dreams. She got her first shot in radio at a local station in Roanoke, Virginia, before joining the iHeart media family in 2022 on the legendary 102.7 KIIS FM. As the host of the nationally syndicated radio show PopCrush Nights, she has made it her mission to inspire, motivate, encourage, and befriend her listeners. Her favorite place to be is anywhere with a microphone in front of her. Please welcome to the show, the talented Kayla Thomas.
Hey, is she here with a big smile, looking all cute like a chocolate drop?
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for that introduction. I appreciate it.
Before we get into it, okay, where in the world is Roanoke?
Roanoke, oh my gosh.
Where is this place?
It's in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
It's in Virginia.
Yeah.
I went to school in Lynchburg, Virginia.
Oh, no. I've heard of that place because it's off the 95.
Yeah, it's a place. It's an interesting place. And so Roanoke, Virginia is like 30 minutes from it. And so, right after college, or actually during college still, that's where I got my internship at the radio station Roanoke. So yeah.
Roanoke. Listen, because when I saw that name, I was like, I think you could just say Virginia, right?
Just say
Virginia.
Virginia.
Like, no, people know where it is. I'm like, okay, we got to talk about it.
It's tiny.
How many people?
Who knows? not a lot.
Is it diverse?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, neither is Lynchburg.
Of course not. Of course not.
With a name like that, nah.
So before we had Miss Kayla on the mic, we were talking about something called beardfish is a new thing, but hatfish.
Yeah.
Hatfish.
Kayla, let's talk about what is a hatfish.
So I've definitely been hatfish before when a guy is always wearing a hat.
Yeah.
Or like, one of those scullies or beanies thing, never takes it off. And then when he does take it off, he looks completely different.
Lord. So have you so tell us the story when you were hatfished.
Well, yeah. I've been on dating apps before.
Okay.
And so like the pictures that they post, of course they're going to post their best pictures, right?
Sure.
So they'll have the hats on and like, oh, they're cute. And then when you're around them and they take the hat off, it's not the same.
What's going on? The hairline is
the hairline, all that. It's just not. It just doesn't look the same.
They need a man unit.
Yeah. Same with beard fishing.
not a man unit.
People be getting those.
I know we had a guest on. He said he refused to get a man unit, right?
A man unit, that's a false hairline.
No, it's just like a replacement type hair situation where maybe you have
the
like
implants.
They actually like put it on and like glue it on.
Oh, like a lace
maybe like
front.
a frontal, and you could get dreads, you could get a low boy, you could get cornrows.
I've seen it
looks
all.
legit. Really? So, do we think hat fishing though? What if the man is just has a bald head, and that's okay? But is that hat fishing, and he just likes to wear a baseball cap or some type of hat?
I feel like some men unintentionally hat fish. Like you could have just caught them on a day when they were wearing a hat, and then the next day you catch them,
right?
And you're like, "Where's that hat?"
Do y'all think LL is hat fishing?
Absolutely.
What's going on underneath LL's hat? I thought he had a decent.
I think so.
Please speak on it, Kayla.
I think he looks a little different without it.
He does.
Yeah.
Okay, but do you think he's tricking women? Because that's the fish part.
I don't know. I don't know if he's like you said, intentionally doing it, but yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I like that answer though, because that was your natural reaction, and I actually agree with her though, because he comes on with the hat. He takes his picture with the hat and the glasses because I think that's how he feels. He looks the best.
Mm-hmm. That's like his signature. That's his thing. You never see him without.
Now that you say that, I do feel like I always see him with a beanie or a hat on.
Or fitted in his grown age.
I'm a stan. I just want to put that out there. I'm a stan.
He'll always be a legend.
Chanel, have you been hat-fished?
Yes. I'm not going to put anybody on blast, but it happens. I think most of the time it's unintentional, unless a guy's like really like, maybe he doesn't have a haircut, so he's wearing a hat just to conceal that hairline. But I don't think.
But then eventually he was going to take the hat off.
Yeah, it has to come off one day.
In the shower. In the bed. Right? They can't wear
At the pool, yeah. You like go to the amusement park and he refuses to take off the hat on the roller coaster.
These are yellow flags.
They are.
They are.
And they are so loud about, I want to see a woman on the first date without makeup. And la, 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 la. Well, take off your hat on the first date.
So I heard on another station, this man requested that on the second date, the woman come with no makeup on. How do y'all feel about that?
How do we feel about that?
Yeah, let's talk about it. How dare you request how I show up to the date, first of all.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't thought about it. I was just, like, listening to the segment.
Right.
But I do believe that there is some validity in understanding who a woman is and what she does look like.
Right.
Before you are too far along.
Right.
Right?
I agree. Yeah. I think requesting it is kind of outrageous. Mm-hmm. You're not going to tell me what I can and can't wear, what I put on my body at all. That's just not happening. Right. But I feel like, eventually I'm going to want to be comfortable around you. So I'm going to, not wear makeup. I'm going to be in my sweatpants and my, baggy t-shirt just because that's how I am on a regular basis, Right. But for you to request that, I don't think that's appropriate.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
I feel the same. I think requesting it is crazy, but I get the perspective because I think there's a lot of men out here that are getting tricked and they're getting surprised maybe after they spend the night and they roll over and it might look like a completely different person.
Facts. But I have seen women like, okay, they're going to sleep with full face and they're waking up before their spouse and then putting back the full face and they don't let their spouse see them without the full face.
If you can't be comfortable around your partner, then why are you even with that person?
But you know what, Kayla? Maybe they're not comfortable with themselves, and that's why they're wearing all of that.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah, they need to be perfect all the time.
I get it. I remember there was a time in my life where like I was so insecure with myself that I would like put my makeup on in the dark. Yeah. And so, like, I get not wanting to feel like, I don't want anybody to see me, and da-da-da-da, because you can't even look at yourself.
Wait, why?
It was way back when. Because, like, not like in the complete dark, but, because I just was not comfortable with myself, and I just wanted to hurry. I didn't even like looking in the mirror, so I would just hurry, put my makeup on, da-da-da. It was way back in, like, high school, early college. Mm-hmm. So years and years ago. But I get it. I get feeling, so insecure that you don't want anybody to see what you really look like.
Right.
That makes me sad.
Yeah.
Well, you are beautiful.
Thank you.
So stunning.
Yes. And both of our heads kind of tilted because we're like in the dark. Is it because you're rushing? But you just explained it.
Mm-hmm.
That
it's real. Deep, yeah.
Well, but you know what? Let's get into who Kayla is, because you just talked to us about some of your insecurities. So, who's the young Kayla from the DMV area?
Okay, yeah, I guess I was born in Philadelphia. I was raised in the DMV in Maryland. I don't know, I was just always like this outgoing girl with this big smile. I used to even be a cheerleader. I was an actress. I was on all the school plays, and I was just always like so full of life. And so when I went to college, carried that same energy. I was captain of the cheerleading team. Was involved in all these different things, and and so when I found my passion in radio is basically when I was at Liberty. And I took a radio class, and this teacher saw potential in me, and even when I didn't see potential in myself and in my voice, because I've always been insecure. I've had a lot of insecurities in my life, but my voice specifically as well. I've been told I sound too white. I'm not urban enough. I did da-da-da, and I grew up in a predominantly like white area as well. So very ashamed of how I sound. But this one professor just like saw something in me and heard something in me and said, no, like you need to use that voice. And so I was like, all right. And he pushed me, and then I went after internship in radio, and then the rest is history. So, that's basically like in a nutshell, my journey. We're
going to get to, this radio voice of yours, but how did you get over to LA?
How did I get here in LA? Okay, so I was in Roanoke, Virginia first in my radio station, and then I was in Pennsylvania working at a radio station in New Jersey for radio.
Okay.
I wanted to be in a bigger market. I felt like I can do this at this point, you know, and I was, very just tired of where I was at. And I was like, I want to try. And I sent my demo reel out to so many different places. And then I heard from my mentor that Q102 in Philadelphia was hiring for a night show host. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to go after that. What I did was I sent him my demo reel, but I also sent him a pizza. And I had the pizza shop take out a slice and write, I'm the missing slice to your pie. Hey. Just to get his attention, because you know how many people are like trying to get this radio gig? So that got his attention. Obviously, he hit me up and was like, your demo reel is amazing. This sounds great. I love how you got my attention, but we already filled the position. But I'm going to send your stuff up higher up in iHeart.
Okay.
And 2 weeks later, I got a call from LA.
Oh, hey!
Literally just like that. So it was such a blessing.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Has this been one of the most influential decisions in your life?
Absolutely. I mean, I moved my whole life across the country, and I never thought I would end up over here. I'm such an East Coast girl. I thought maybe New York, but never really considered California. So, in leaving my whole family, not knowing anyone, I came here at the time with a partner, so it was easier. When did we come here? 2022? Yeah, is when I got here.
So you're new to LA.
Yeah, it's only been 2 years.
Wow.
So yeah, like it was hard, but I was ready for it.
Yeah, that is a hard decision to make. That's a big move.
Yeah.
Was your family supportive of your move?
Absolutely. My dad he's like my biggest cheerleader, and my mom. But my dad is always like, go after what you want, go after the next thing, keep elevating. My mom's like, you're leaving, da-da-da-da. I'm like, oh my God, my baby's moving across the country. Da-da-da. I'm like, Mom, it's okay.
Yeah.
But yes, they were very supportive. They've always been so supportive of me following my dreams.
That's
yeah.
Yeah, it's a very proud moment.
Yeah.
So you're here in Los Angeles. Do you like the West Coast?
I do. It's different. I still feel like at the end of my life, I'm gonna end up in the East Coast because I'm just an East Coast girl. The culture is different over here.
Yeah.
People are different. People are interesting over here. And I think also it's because I'm in the entertainment business. So the people that I'm around aren't the realist, I would say. And that's just being honest. Like, I'm always at these label parties and I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And it's like, sometimes I don't know if I'm making genuine friends or if they just want to be around me just because of what I do. So that's difficult. But I have thankfully found a good community of girls that I'm so thankful for and have made me feel like home. So that's important.
I always hear people say that. They say like the Hollywood side of LA is a completely different representation than who the Angelinos actually are.
Yeah.
So I heard you mention a partner.
Ugh.
So, well, Hopefully you weren't catfished. But so you moved over with a partner. Does that mean you have someone special in your life? But based off of that, I don't know.
No, we broke up about, what was it, 7 months ago. He moved back home. Yeah, it was hard. I don't recommend moving across the country with somebody and then living together for the first time. It does not work. I mean, it works for some people, but it just didn't work for us. So we tried it. It didn't work, and I wish him all the best.
How are you doing?
It hurts. I still, not gonna lie, it sucks a lot. But the blessings that have come after letting go of that toxic situation, I wouldn't trade it for the world. God has kept his promise to me about. He said, like, if you let this go, I'm gonna bless you, and he has, and so I'm thankful.
So we hear the term, and thank you for sharing that. We hear the term "circle around the block." Now, you said you like the East Coast, right? And you can go. You see yourself going back to the East Coast. What if that happens, Kayla?
With him?
Yeah, and he circles the block.
Absolutely not.
Okay, now.
No.
You said this is dead end.
I don't think that we were meant for each other, and he has a lot of, it would take a lot. I mean, some things aren't meant to be fixed.
Yeah.
We can forgive and forget, but sometimes that doesn't mean you have to go back to what hurt you. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I'm not willing to, he did too much.
Okay, then. We're going to move on from that, So listen, like, loving your personality. Who are some of your favorite radio personalities and some of your favorite stations?
My favorite radio personalities, I would say Dominique the Diva. She's in D.C.
Okay.
She's at WKYS.
Hey, Dominique.
I
Hey.
love her. Always looked up to her.
Mm-hmm.
I also like Elizabethany. She is she's a top 40 station in D.C., Hot 99.5, and I listened to her when I lived there as well. And she just is like, I don't know. I just love when I feel something, when I can connect with you and it feels like just me and you in that car. And you can make me laugh and you sound relatable. And it's just like we're having a conversation. And I feel like those two like embody what I would want to be as a radio personality.
That's nice. It is.
Kayla, we know that you're a DJ as well as a radio personality. Where does your passion for music stem from?
Well, I'm not a skilled DJ. I don't really
Well,
mix
don't downplay what you do, though.
I know. I'm in the process of learning how to DJ when it comes to like mixing and stuff like that.
It's tough, right?
I barely do that. But I just love music, in general. And so that's why I want to learn and get into that. I would love to DJ clubs. Mm-hmm. I would love to maybe do like weddings. I don't know. Like I'm open to trying anything, I love music in general. So who knows?
Yeah, I was going to say, what about a wedding?
I would do it.
It's a lot of pressure though at a wedding.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh yeah.
Because the people come with expectations, the food, the dress, and then the music.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's highly ranked up there.
Yeah.
Okay, so DJing, interviewing, right? You are dabbling in DJing. You definitely interview. So thus far, who's been your favorite interviewer or interviewee?
I always say Justin Bieber because I just love him so much.
Wow.
The Biebs?
Justin Bieber, the Biebs. That was years ago. I also, honestly, what I did recently, last week, Kaylani was great. I love her because she was just so real. And I love when the conversation is just like natural and we're just two girls kikiing and it doesn't feel like an interview. It doesn't feel like I'm asking her questions. And I think that we connected just on a lot of different things. And she's just so real and she's just like me. So I would say definitely Kaylani was up there too. So, yeah.
I love Kaylani. That must have been so cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Kayla, do you have a radio voice?
Everybody says that, but I feel like I sound the same.
I told you we were going to circle back.
I feel like I sound the exact, like how I'm talking right now is exactly how I talk on the radio, exactly how I talk on my podcast. I guess I can turn it on. You know what I mean?
Like a newscaster?
Yeah.
Huh?
Like a newscaster?
No, I'm not sounding like a newscaster.
But I'm saying turn it on. Like,
I guess to put it in perspective, like Kayla's my best friend, right? So we're talking, I feel like I have a higher pitched voice when I'm talking or I'm ranting, blah, 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 blah. But when it's time to be in front of the microphone, I'm more relaxed. I'm more, maybe a little lower,
So how do you hear yourself? Do you hear yourself the same way it's coming out? And maybe Kayla can chime in on this too. How do you sound? How do you think you sound?
Yeah, Kayla, how do I sound?
Okay.
I don't know how to explain it, to be honest. I really just try to be who I am all the time.
Yeah.
And it took a while to find my sound coming here because, I'm in a room with Ryan Seacrest is like my coworker. And then you have JoJo, who's like in the Hall of Fame, big boys down the hallway, LNK.
Yep.
And I'm like being thrown in with all these greats. And I'm like, well, I don't think I compare to that. And so when I first got here, I was trying to sound like everybody else. I was trying to sound like EJ, and EJ is so great on the radio. JoJo, I'm trying to sound like him, and I feel like it just sounded so fake.
Yep.
Until I realized, this isn't working. This doesn't make me happy. Like, I hate this. I'm trying to sound like everybody else, and it's just not, there's no connection. So once I could snap out of that and say, okay, what does Kayla want to sound like? I want to sound like the fun best friend in the car, the girl who's always lit, the girl who is always having fun and cracking, And then once I could get into that comfortability, then I think that's when my sound really came.
Listen, this is flowing because I want to know, how are you differentiating yourself from the rest?
Yeah, I would say, I don't know. I feel like everybody's personalities is different. My personality is way different than EJ. I mean, he is like this sarcastic, like funny guy. But I think for me, I'm such a content-based person.
Okay.
So, I prep, and I am really in with pop culture. So I know everything that's happening about everybody. Like everything that's in the shade room and the blogs, I know about it. So, and I think, I have different segments on my show where I talk about like what's popping in LA and what's happening with this. And I like to talk about what's happened, the shows that I'm watching. And I also put my own spin on it that's different than anybody else. Mm-hmm. I have a different mindset than EJ and JoJo and
for sure.
Tanya and Sissany.
You have a different experience.
Yeah, for sure. And I also like to incorporate where I'm from and my culture and Black culture in a top 40 station. It's a predominantly way. Obviously, I'm the first Black woman on the station.
Congratulations. Yay.
So I always like to, and I'm so community oriented. So it's anything that's happening with Juneteenth, I host this with the city of Irvine every single year. I'm putting that on the air. Lupus awareness, I have lupus. So I always, is Lupus Awareness Month, is May. So I'm talking about that on the radio just to educate people that women of color need to get tested and need to get their blood work done. And I don't think anybody else is doing that on this floor.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But speaking of lupus, what's your relationship with sunscreen?
Well, if I don't wear sunscreen and don't apply many times a day, I will have my whole face will be breaking out into rashes. And so, that was one of my first symptoms when I was diagnosed in 2020. When I was first diagnosed, I was like, no, I don't have it. I don't feel anything. I don't believe these people. I don't believe these doctors. I'm not taking this medicine. Went on a trip to Cancun a few months later, didn't really put any sunscreen on. Eyes swollen, face rashes everywhere, nothing. It was bad. It was kind of cut the trip short. It was terrible. And so that was my first symptom of lupus. And so as I got educated and spoke to more people who have lupus, they're this is why we have our events at night. When you go to a lupus event, it'll always be at night because the sun, it doesn't work with our skin. So yeah.
Wow. I'm really sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Thank you.
But stay protected.
Yeah.
Right? Key learning there.
Yeah.
Kayla, before we get into our fun portion of this, but it's been fun the whole time, what's next for you? What would you love to do? What's the ultimate goal here?
I don't know. I still don't even, people ask me this all the time, and I'm like, I think I am where I want to be. Okay. This is the dream radio station. I love doing what I do, interviews. I love going to movie premieres and interviewing people on the red carpet. I would say I would want a different day part. I do nights right now. I think I would want to do, afternoons one day. Maybe even get into television. Okay. I am not the most comfortable in front of the camera. I really like that you can just hear my voice and that's it. And you can't make a judgment of me based off of anything other than my voice. And I love that. And that's why I never really went into TV. But yeah, maybe one day I'll get over that. And
okay, well, we manifesting that.
We'll see, maybe.
We manifesting that.
Kayla, what impact would you like to leave on the industry when it's all said and done?
I just want to be that person that shares people's stories in a way that they want it to be reflected. And I say that when I interview people, I want to bring the best out of them in their story. And that's what I do. And that's when I get the most reward, when an artist says to me, thank you for, making me feel so comfortable to share that. Mm-hmm. And then I can share it with the rest of the world. That's like my main goal. And that's why I love interviewing and sharing stories. And it doesn't even have to be an artist. It can be people in the community. I love interviewing people, just local people in LA. And what's your story, where you're from? Because, I don't know. I just, it blesses me when I can bless other people by helping them share their story. So, yeah.
Ma'am, you're already doing that, ma'am. Okay. Continue on. So we're going to roll into something a little fun.
We're going to play a game of this or that.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Have you seen the questions?
No.
Okay, good. It's all fun. No love.
So I'm going to kick it off. First question, hip hop or R&B?
R&B.
That was quick. That was real quick.
Hoop earrings or studs?
Hoop earrings all day.
You know what, though? I knew you was going to pick hoop earrings. I knew it.
That's all I wear.
I knew it. Go ahead, Chanel.
Junk food or healthy food?
Junk food. I need to switch.
What are your favorites?
I love me some like Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Oh my gosh.
Or like the spicy chili Doritos.
Yes, me too.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a chip fanatic.
Oh my goodness. I never had either.
No Flamin' Hot?
No.
What?
Everyone just looked at me in the room like I'm missing out on something, but y'all, I've never eaten anything that leaves like red stuff on my
Is it like a
fingers.
fear?
I don't.
Or just like a ick? It's an ick.
I don't know. I can't bring myself to try it.
So what's your favorite trip? Like, what's your gas station like roundup?
It would probably be like maybe M&M's or smart food like popcorn.
Oh, that's a good one.
If I'm at like, it depends on what type of gas station too, because there's different levels of gas stations. But
So
so like, beef jerky, I would do that, but it like smells on the plane. But I'm usually in my snack bag, I got some type of gummy bear, a popcorn, and a fruit.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a good lineup.
Yeah, it's kind of bland, but so glass half full or glass half full?
Glass half full.
I knew you was going to say that.
That's a good one. Vacation or staycation?
Vacation.
Okay. We know you love to travel.
Yes.
What are some of the favorite trips that you've taken?
I'm going on a cruise in my very first cruise in June. I'm so excited.
They just came off a cruise.
I just went on
Really?
my very first cruise.
People say that a week is too long.
It was 7 days.
And was it just right amount of time for you?
For my first, I probably would jump in at around 3 or 4,
Okay.
but it was a lot of fun.
Okay.
The cruise ported in Turks and Caicos to start. Then we went to Dominican Republic and then Puerto Rico. And it was just so fun.
I'm excited.
I would pack like snacks and drinks of your own because there's like a little mini fridge in the room.
Okay.
But it was really good.
Okay,
I
cool.
hope you have fun.
I'm excited. But yeah, I guess my other favorite ones would be, I haven't really been many places abroad, but I liked Dominican Republic. That was nice.
Yeah.
Y'all can't get me on this boat though.
Yeah, all these stories about boats sinking and
I
whatnot.
feel like you can't get off. Like,
Yeah.
you need to
And
get
you're literally
off.
in the middle of the deep blue sea.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Can you swim?
I can swim.
Okay. Can you swim, Chanel?
Yeah.
Can you swim?
Absolutely.
No.
I choose not to, but I can swim.
You should always know how to learn that just in case.
Oh, yeah.
You
And
never
I wear a cap, a swimming cap.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Unless you got the braids in. That's why I always get the braids in.
no, I have some special ones for larger hairstyles.
Mm.
I could send you one.
Nice.
Headphones or headphones on
Yeah.
while you're recording
Okay.
or on, or headphones off.
On. I like to hear myself.
Okay.
Hear how I sound.
Okay.
Sneakers or heels?
It depends on what's the situation, but I would think I would prefer sneakers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause I'm always in sweatpants and a hoodie.
Same. I think I'm going with sneakers too. What about you, Shontay?
Listen, I'm at a point in my life and age that I wear what I want to wear when I want to wear it. So I'll wear sneakers with a skirt all day with some tube socks.
Oh yeah.
I'll wear Birks with some tube socks. Whatever I feel.
Mhm.
I used to have to wear a lot of heels, so I think that's why I'm moving towards the flats, because with the flats I just move faster. I feel a little bit more comfortable,
Yeah.
and the heels they're just not all cracked up to what it is. Like I just went somewhere and the guys wouldn't get up, and we were just in heels, and it was just like my feet hurt. But like I set myself up because I knew it was gonna be like a mile walk before I could sit down. But I couldn't bring flats. So anyway, I'm going with sneakers, y'all. Sorry for that explanation. Okay. I digress. Kayla, radio or podcast?
Radio.
Sorry, Kayla. Is it because you're in radio?
I love being live. There's nothing like the adrenaline rush of like working the board, doing everything like right there. And I'm live and it goes out to millions of people right then and there. I love doing my podcast too, but I prefer radio.
Okay, now.
Yeah. Success or happiness?
Happiness. Because like it can come. Success comes from happiness, but you can be as successful as you want, but like there's a lot of people who aren't happy in their success. So
I agree.
And be sad.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Well, this was such an honor to have you on. Thank you for saying yes some time ago, and now you're here.
Yay. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
I was like, we got some other women of color in the building. Hey now.
Hello.
Hey now. We got some other women of color.
Period.
So wishing you the most success in everything that you do and comes your way.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you for having me. I love the brand. I love what you're doing. I feel like we need more of what you're doing. I mean, I think it's amazing. So you are such a strong entrepreneur, and I appreciate like everything about you.
Hey now, snaps to that. Thank you, Kayla. And you're listening to Shamelessly Shontay. Bye. Chanel, so what's happening at Black Girl Sunscreen?
Okay, as y'all know, sunscreen season is in full effect, and we like to play our part in keeping you moisturized and protected. So to celebrate, we have something special we'd like to do for our listeners. Head over to @ShamelesslyShontay, our Instagram page, and leave a comment stating your favorite Black Girl Sunscreen product on our last post. We'll be picking one lucky winner to win a free sunscreen from Black Girl Sunscreen. So good luck, y'all.
Okay, and while you're there, don't forget to click that blue button that says followers, because we only have like 5 followers and we need your support. Okay, so if you're listening to Shamelessly Shontay, go over to the page and follow. Thank you very much. And you're listening to Shamelessly Shontay.
Make sure you get some Black Girl Sunscreen. You don't gotta dodge them sunbeams. Just put on your Black Girl Sunscreen. Ay, black don't crack a dozen.